Please stand for the arrival of His Excellency Charles Savarin, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, and Mrs. Savarin. Please keep standing for the national anthem of the Commonwealth of Dominica. Thank you. Please be seated. His Excellency Charles Savarin, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, and Mr. Savarin, Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit, Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of Dominica, His Excellency Eliud Williams, former President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, Honorable Ian Douglas, Minister for Trade, Energy and Employment, and Parliamentary Representative for the Portsmouth constituency, Honorable Robert Tong, Minister of Tourism and Urban Renewal, other honourable members of Cabinet, Your Worship Titus Francis, Mayor of Portsmouth, Mrs. Rosamond Edwards, Financial Secretary, Permanent Secretaries, Mr. Alec Lawrence, CEO, Silver Beach Development, Mr. Michael Lawrence, Director, Silver Beach Development, Mr. Boyan Kuma, Director of Development for the Caribbean and Latin America, Marriott International, Mr. Michael Register, Director, Trust Hospitality, Hotel Operator, other invited guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. For those of you who I am not familiar with, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Nisha McIntyre. I am the Marketing Manager of Silver Beach Development, the marketing entity for Oriental Developers Caribbean Limited. Today it is my pleasure to stand here with my colleagues, very full of pride, to share with you what is a realization of months of hard work, diligence, and negotiations. Today we are proud to have our flagship resort, Silver Beach Resort and Spa, incorporated into the largest hotel chain in the world, Marriott International. We are very excited for the esteem that this affords us, and even more so for the opportunity to be affiliated with its autograph collection, a collection known for unique hotels, unlike any other in the world. This morning, I promise that our intent is to not keep you very long, and so without any further ado, I'd like to welcome Dr. Michael Lawrence, one of our directors, to deliver welcome remarks. Dr. Lawrence.
His Excellency Charles Savarin, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit, Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of Dominica, His Excellency Eliud Williams, former President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, Honorable Ian Douglas, Minister of Trade, Energy, Employment, and the Parliamentary Representative for the Portsmouth constituency, Honorable Robert Tong, Minister for Tourism and Urban Renewal, other Ministers of Cabinet, Your Worship Titus Francis, Mayor of Portsmouth, friends, family members, and well-wishers. On behalf of the developers of Silver Beach Resort, I would like to warmly welcome Marriott International to Dominica. As we are all aware, the Citizenship by Investment Program was established several years ago, but it was the addition of the real estate option to this program by this government that has given serious impetus to hotel development in Dominica and set the stage for the establishment of Silver Beach Resort and Spa. We would like to thank the Prime Minister, Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit, and his government for their assistance, the time and resources that they have invested in promoting the Citizenship by Investment Program, and more specifically, the real estate option. We'd also like to thank the people of Dominica, and particularly the people of Portsmouth, for the great enthusiasm that they have displayed towards this resort project. But where did all of this begin? As you're aware, Silver Beach Resort is being developed by a Dominican family. The process really started with the addition of the real estate option to the Citizens by Investment Program, giving us the unique opportunity to establish a five-star resort in our beloved Portsmouth on one of the best beaches in the country with a spectacular view. We have established a team of persons of great integrity and professionalism to spearhead the development project, and the project is progressing smoothly. We have also partnered with Trust Hospitality to our hotel operator. One of the core objectives of this development is to provide jobs for the people of Dominica and to assist in improving the economy of our beloved country. This, ladies and gentlemen, is what Silver Beach is all about. Make no mistake about it. The project will create hundreds of jobs for Dominicans during the construction phase and the post-construction phase of the hotel. Moreover, entrepreneurs and vendors will have the great opportunity to establish partnership with the management of Silver Beach to provide goods and services to the hotel. More importantly, Silver Beach will provide for the training of Dominicans locally, regionally, and internationally to provide the skills required for employment in the hospitality industry. We will also establish relationships with our farmers, thus providing the farmers with another market for their produce. Also, as we are sons of the soil, Silver Beach will be deeply entrenched in the community and provide assistance to different social projects. A great leader once said, "Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country." Growing up, many of us have benefited greatly from our country, Dominica, despite its few resources. Growing up as children in Dominica, we were blessed with free healthcare, free primary education, free secondary education, all paid for by taxes of the people of Dominica. We then received scholarships to study at universities and colleges overseas that have helped to shape our careers and molded us to be the professionals that we are today. Silver Beach Resort and Spa is my family's way of giving back to our beloved Dominica what Dominica has invested in us. So in order to develop this five-star resort, we approached Marriott International to be a franchisee. They gave us a laundry list of criteria which had to be met prior to their consideration of incorporating our resort into their brand portfolio. Thereafter, one of their representatives visited Dominica. By the time we had our first meeting with Marriott International at the headquarters in Maryland, we found our future partners quite knowledgeable about our country. You see, a company with the reputation and credibility of Marriott International does not enter into agreements like this blindly. No. Companies like Marriott would conduct strict due diligence to ensure that the economy of the country is suitable, that they fully understand the implications of this country's citizenship by investment program, and that the integrity and stature of the directors of Silver Beach is such that the company is willing to align itself with. The fact that we are here today, ladies and gentlemen, is a clear indication that after they had done their homework, Marriott International found all of the above to be satisfactory. The question one might ask is, why Marriott? The response is simple. Marriott is the largest and the best hotel chain in the world. Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, we have teamed up with the very, very best. There are many, many benefits to be derived from a partnership with Marriott International. Their vast resources and global reach will literally change the face of Dominica and place it on the world map. Let me cite one example here. The Marriott Rewards program, that's a membership program, initially had 55 million members. Now, with the addition of Starwood's group into the program, they now have 100 million members. I said 100 million members. Starwood's group included hotels like Westin, Sheraton, the W hotels. This means that we now have the ability to potentially reach out to 100 million travelers and encourage them to visit Dominica and our Silver Beach Resort. Let's put this into perspective. Let's break this down to be a more practical situation. Suppose we were doing a promotion for independence. As part of the Marriott family, we can now email 100 million people around the world and invite them to Dominica, invite them to Silver Beach to participate in our independence celebrations and offer them incentives, of course, to do so. Suppose we wish to target just a subset of that 100 million who enjoy hiking, for example. That is also possible through the Marriott Awards program. This represents tremendous opportunities for Dominica. It really places us on the world stage. It means that we now have the potential to directly market Silver Beach Resort and the Nature Isle of Dominica to 100 million travelers worldwide, or a fraction of that 100 million, utilizing the global reach of Marriott International. We as Dominicans are endowed with a rich history, a vibrant culture, and a country that is breathtakingly naturally beautiful. Our mission at Silver Beach is to have the world experience the uniqueness of Dominica that's exactly like none other in the world. This concept will be woven into our product. But being a franchisee of the largest and best hotel chain in the world means that we need to meet certain extremely high quality standards set by Marriott. Over the past several months, we've worked diligently with the Marriott Group to meet some of those standards that they require. And the fact that we're here today, we're actually able to say that we have met some of those standards. But this is only the beginning. We are developing a world-class 5-star resort. But being a 5-star resort does not just mean fancy buildings and a well-manicured lawn. No. It means that the services provided at the resort by the staff must also be of 5-star quality. We at Silver Beach believe that well-trained Dominicans will be capable of providing excellent five-star quality and a service comparable to that of any other country in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, we are very delighted to have Marriott International here, and we are very happy to partner with them. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Lawrence. I think it's undeniable the value that Silver Beach will get by affiliating itself with a hotel chain such as Marriott, but more so, and most importantly, the value that Dominica's tourism industry will have from being affiliated with not just brands like Marriott, but all of the quality brands that are included in the country's CBI program. At this point in time, I'd like to call to the podium Mr. Bohan Kumar, Director of Development of the Caribbean and Latin America for Marriott International. Bohan.
His Excellency Charles Savarin, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, and Mrs. Savarin, Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit, Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of Dominica, His Excellency Eliud William, former President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, Honorable Ian Douglas, Minister for Trade, Energy and Employment, Honorable Robert Tong, Minister of Tourism and Urban Renewal, other honorable members of the Cabinet, Your Worship Titus Francis, Mayor of Portsmouth, Mrs. Rosamond Edwards, Financial Secretary, Permanent Secretaries, Mr. Alec Lawrence, CEO of the Silver Beach Development, Mr. Michael Register, Director of Trust Hospitality, Hotel Operator, Ms. Nisha McIntyre, Marketing Manager, Silver Beach Development, other invited guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. It is my pleasure to be here with you today and introduce one of the fastest growing brands in the industry, Autograph Collection. Autograph Collection is actually proud to be on such a beautiful island of Dominica. I've started negotiation with Mr. Alec Lawrence and his team earlier last year, and it has been a pleasure to work with such a talented and professional individuals who are also very passionate about bringing premium hotel chain to Dominica and positioning the island as one of the luxury destinations in Eastern Caribbean. I want to talk a little bit about Marriott and just about a little bit about the history and when we started. So I will take you back beginning of the last century. That's where our history started with Mr. J. Willard Marriott and his wife Alice. They moved to Washington, D.C. area back in 1927, which is exactly 90 years ago. And they opened their first root beer stand in Washington, D.C. This year, however, we celebrate 60 years since we're in the hotel business. We opened our first hotel in Arlington, Virginia. And since then, we have had tremendous growth. We've opened the first international hotel in the 60s, which was in Acapulco, Mexico. We created a few new brands in the 80s. We did a spin-off of our real estate business in the early 90s, acquired the Ritz-Carlton brand in the mid-90s, and then continued with the acquisitions in the 2000s. So we've acquired AC by Marriott in Spain. We've also acquired a Protea brand in Africa. So we are the biggest hotel chain also in Africa, in sub-Saharan Africa. We've acquired Delta Hotels in Canada. And we also acquired the Gaylord. So these are just some of the recent acquisitions in the 2000s. And some of you are actually familiar that we recently acquired Starwood. This is actually the biggest single acquisition in the hotel industry at any time. And so now we currently have 30 brands, and just to name the few, the Ritz-Carlton Reserve, Bulgari, St. Regis, Autograph Collection, Luxury Collection, JW Marriott, Westin, W, Sheraton, Marriott, Renaissance, Le Méridien, Tribute, Courtyard by Marriott, AC by Marriott, Aloft, Residence Inn, Element, and many others. We have about 6,000 hotels around the world. And we operate in 120 countries. And our branded hotels employ approximately 360,000 people worldwide. So we are, as Michael said, the largest hotel company in the world and offer exceptional growth opportunities to all of our employees. So if they want to move from property to property, hotel to hotel, country to country, there's a big possibility to do that. Today we're on a mission to shape the future of travel through the technology and innovation. We have actually mobile check-ins, and we do have actually the new guest rooms and transforming the meeting experience with our Redco Direct app, and we're making travel more brilliant for our guests. Marriott also has the largest and the most recognized loyalty system in the industry with about 100 million Marriott Reward, SPG Reward, and Ritz-Carlton Reward members. I'm not going to repeat what Michael said already, so I can just say that, yes, the truth is that, you can reach out to these 100 million members and, promote this hotel and promote Dominica as a tourist destination, luxury tourist destination in the Caribbean. Our Autograph Collection brand is actually one of the fastest growing brands in the industry, and currently we have more than 100 hotels worldwide. Some of them are actually conversions from the beautiful castles and mansions in Europe. Some of them are beautiful new build hotels in Asia, Latin America, Caribbean. And there is actually a high demand for the brand in the region, in the Caribbean region, because of its uniqueness. Currently, we have 3 opened hotels in the Caribbean region, which is the Atlantis in Bahamas and Elutra also in the Bahamas. And the interesting fact is that, this is actually the biggest hotel in our system and the smaller hotel in our system. Atlantis has 3,400 rooms, so it's a giant hotel. And then Elutra has 12 rooms. So this is, again, a unique fact about, the Caribbean region, and, diversity, not just, with the hotels, but, also with, every island is so unique. And, one of the uniqueness islands that I've visited is actually Dominica. And Dominica and St. Lucia are my favorites. And then also we do have a scrub island in the British Virgin Islands. We also have 4 hotels in the pipeline in development. So Port of Spain, Trinidad, and this hotel will also be operated by our preferred partners, Trust Hospitality. Also Cap Haitian will be Autograph Collection Hotel as well, will be operated by Trust Hospitality. And then we do have this property in Dominica. So we're actually looking forward to develop a few more. And again, we have limited service brands such as Fairfield by Marriott, Courtyard by Marriott, 4 Points. That I also see that that could be a potential here in the capital city of Roseau as a smaller business hotel. As Michael said, Autograph Collection hotels are exactly like nothing else, and these are a collection of boutique hotels that offer exceptional service and a unique experience to our guests. We believe that Dominica has so much to offer, and this hotel could be actually a gateway to the most memorable experience that no other Caribbean islands can offer to our guests. Once again, I want to thank you for hosting me here, and I hope to return soon. And instead of working, I hope to be actually enjoying my vacation here in Dominica. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Kuma. I'm sure everyone here will be more than happy to welcome you back to Dominica for a vacation next time. At this point in time, I'd like to call Mr. Michael Register to the podium. Michael's the Director of Trust Hospitality, and they will be our hotel operator.
Good morning. His Excellency Charles Savarin, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, and Mrs. Savarin, Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit, Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of Dominica, His Excellency Eliud Williams, former President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, Honorable Ian Douglas, Minister for Trade, Energy and Employment, and Parliamentary Representative of the Portsmouth constituency, Honorable Robert Tong, Minister for Tourism and Urban Renewal, other honorable members of Cabinet, Your Worship Titus Francis, Mayor of Portsmouth, Mrs. Rosamond Edwards, Financial Secretary, Permanent Secretaries, Mr. Alec Lawrence, CEO, Silver Beach Development, Dr. Michael Lawrence, Director, Silver Beach Development, Mr. Boyan Kumar, Director of Development for the Caribbean and Latin America, Marriott, and other invited guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It's a pleasure to be here. It's an honor to be here. My name is Michael Register, and I'm a director at Trust Hospitality. We're a hotel management company based in Coral Gables, Florida. We've been in business for approximately 30 years. For the first 15 years or so of our existence, we managed mostly hard-branded hotels like Marriott's, Sheraton's, Westin's, etc. And then for the last 15 years, we've really focused more on the lifestyle boutique space, which Silver Beach falls into. Today we have 30 hotels under contract. About 22 of those are currently open. We have 10 hotels in the Caribbean. Half of those are open, the other half are under development. We have hotels in Anguilla, Antigua, the Bahamas, Bermuda, if you can count that as the Caribbean, Haiti, the Dominican Republic, and Trinidad. And several of those are autograph collections, as Boyan mentioned earlier. So we're quite familiar with the Caribbean. I've traveled extensively in the Caribbean. Most of the people in my company have worked on property on some island in the Caribbean. So we feel we're quite familiar with it. As most of you know, Miami can be kind of a hub for the Caribbean. So we're very connected with the Caribbean space. My company is very excited about the opportunity at Silver Beach. And I think there's really boils down to 3 reasons why we think this is such a fabulous opportunity. First off is the sponsorship. Mr. Alec Lawrence and his team, Dr. Michael Lawrence, have been great partners to work with so far. They are from Dominica. They're native sons, as it was referred to earlier. They are part of the community. They're not some developer from New York that's coming down to make a quick buck, and then you might not ever see them again. So this is for them the heart and soul of what they're doing. They want to give back to their country. They want to do a very successful project, and for us that means a lot. I think also that we're very proud to be part of what's going to be a new Marriott autograph. I won't go through all what Marriott's done over the past 90 years, past 60 years in the hotel business. I think Boyan summarized that pretty well. But let me say that as the operator, one of our responsibilities, along with Marriott, is to put what they call heads in beds. And I feel very, very comfortable when I know that there's 100 million loyalty members out there that would love to spend a vacation at Dominica. Maybe we're not building enough rooms. I don't know. But anyway, so having the brand Marriott is a big, big plus in this. It gives prestige to the project. It gives prestige to the island. Finally, I think that we're excited about this project because Dominica is unique. Everybody says that, but it truly is. I've been to virtually every island in the Caribbean, and Dominica is different. You know, the natural beauty, the lushness of the island, it's like no other. And I think that really lends itself to focus on ecotourism, which really is lacking in the Caribbean. You see it in Costa Rica, you see it somewhat in Panama and Belize, and it attracts a very affluent, high-end customer. You know, a customer that, one, will respect the country and what it has and the people and is interested in the culture, but will also spend significant dollars in the country. And it's all about bringing investment and people that want to invest in the country, whether it's through tourism or whatnot. I also think, and I've been to, as I said before, virtually every property, every island in the Caribbean, and to a number of properties in the Caribbean. And what I've found in my half a dozen or so trips to Dominica is that the people are very, very friendly. And, you know, a lot of times we get asked in the hotel business, well, how do you train all these people to be friendly at our hotels? You don't train people to be friendly. They are friendly. How many times have you walked up to an airline counter and you said to yourself, this person really shouldn't be working here? So anyway, so you start with friendly people, which I think Dominica has. Everybody I've met has been helpful, courteous, more than willing to go out of their way to help you. And I think that that's the ingredient for successful service business. We are in the hotel business. It is a service business, and you've got to start there. And I can tell you, there's some other islands in the Caribbean. Well, this is a very, very big challenge. So, you know, we start with friendly people, and then we train them what they're supposed to do in the hotel business. So those are the reasons why we're excited about this project. It's going to be a great project. Can't wait to get really into it and get started. And once again, I want to thank Alec and his team and Boyan and Marriott for including us in this exciting opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Register, for your kind words about Dominique and, of course, about partnering with Silver Beach Resort and Spa. At this point in time, I'd like to call to the podium Honorable Robert Tong, Minister for Tourism and Urban Renewal.
Good morning, everyone. His Excellency Charles Savarin, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, and Mrs. Savarin, Honorable Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit, Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of Dominica, His Excellency Eliud Williams, former President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, Honorable Ian Douglas, Minister for Trade, Energy and Employment and Parliamentary Representative of the Ports of Constituency, other honorable members of Cabinet, Your Worship Titus Francis, Mayor of Portsmouth, Mrs. Rosamond Edwards, Financial Secretary, other permanent secretaries, Mr. Alec Lawrence, CEO of Silver Beach Development, Dr. Michael Lawrence, Director of Silver Beach, Mr. Boyan Kumar, Director of Development for the Caribbean and Latin America of Marriott International, Mr. Michael Register, Director of Trust Hospitality Hotel Operator, other invited guests, the media, ladies and gentlemen. The Skin Diver magazine has described Dominica as a rich feast for the eyes and ears, and a pristine destination which the modern world has only begun to explore. Indeed, our island remains the most uniquely positioned, not only as regards to its location in the Caribbean archipelago, but also by virtue of its vast natural attractions, which are currently sitting waiting to welcome all. I am grateful to be here to address you this morning, not only as the Minister with the responsibility for tourism, but also as a patriotic and proud Dominican, passionately devoted to the country and uncompromising in attaching the highest importance to serving and advancing the interests of Dominica and that of the citizens and residents of our country. I am also honored to be part of the most transformational government elected into office since independence, under the visionary and tried-and-tested leadership of our Prime Minister, Honorable Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit. All who have eyes to see and all who have followed the strides that we have made over the last 12 years can attest to the change that has taken place and which is evidently continuing throughout Dominica. This change has been transforming every sector and has been touching every community as we spare no effort in building a prosperous and peaceful, just society. Government is committed to the diversification of the economy and has targeted the tourism sector as one of the centerpieces for this diversification. However, we recognize that to successfully develop tourism, both the private sectors and the public sector must come together and work in synergy and in partnership to transform dreams to a thriving tourism plant and activity, thereby creating numerous sustainable jobs for our talented and energetic citizens. I can say to you that the government in which I serve and in the cabinet in which I sit will continue to dialogue with the private sector so that together we can enhance our environment for attracting tourism investment for doing business in Dominica. The Citizenship by Investment Program, CIP, has opened up an effective, transparent, and direct opportunity to forge these partnerships in order to develop homegrown and foreign direct investments in the tourism sector. Like other similar projects currently being developed under the Citizen by Investment Program, the Silver Beach project will greatly enhance Dominica's export-ready hotel room stock. The establishment of this luxury resort will not only greatly complement Dominica's natural attractions and eco-friendly environment, but will bring a brand name that is well known and patronized all over the world. Long before the world was at its current technologically advanced state, the Marriott name has been synonymous with the luxury brand developments. I can personally attest, and I'm sure some of you can attest to this, seeing game shows on television where contestants exhibited great excitement when they won prizes specifically to the Marriott brand. This clearly demonstrates that luxury is one of the core values of the Marriott brand. Many have opined that Dominica needs these quality brands to improve on the country's awareness and to develop its tourism product to world-class standards. I feel proud and elated today as Minister and as a Dominican to welcome Marriott chain to our nature island. Now that you are here, we will treat you as one of our own, open to all that Dominica has to offer. The additional rooms will have a tremendous rippling effect on Dominica's economy. Hundreds of jobs will be created in the construction sector during the development phase. Once the doors are open and even before guests arrive, hundreds of jobs will be created in the hospitality sector. It has been the foresight of this government to invest heavily in the training of hospitality workers throughout the length and breadth of this country. Farmers, fishermen, taxi drivers, and other goods and service providers also stand to benefit from this investment. Government is committed to ensuring that the partnership with the Marriott brand will be long-term and beneficial to all. We will continue to address transport to Dominica by improving air access and broadening relationships with new and existing airlines which service Dominica. Infrastructural development through roads and bridges remain a constant priority of the government, and while we rebuild our major roadways following the effects of climate change events, we are building back better. Significant focus is also being placed on maintaining a visitor-friendly and welcoming environment. This includes enhancements to the infrastructure in the city of Roseau and the town of Portsmouth, as well as upgrades and further development to our tourism products. Government has made $15 million available to existing hotels and restaurants to expand or upgrade its properties to enhance the visitor satisfaction and at the same time exceeding standards as per their recommendations. Government has also increased its marketing budget, investing more heavily in the systematic promotion of Dominica to travel agents, tour operators, and potential visitors. And as Mr. Kuma has stated, with over 100 million persons in their rewards program, one can use what we call analytics to drill down and ensure that the persons that we target are the ones who are in sync with what we have to offer in Dominica. All of these initiatives mentioned above have been made possible through the proceeds of the Citizen by Investment program, a program with a solid reputation. I am confident that the Marriott brand, with over 6,000 properties in 120 countries, will find Dominica to be one of the most sought-after locations. Our offering of a combination of heritage, cultural, urban, and environmental experiences will be a hit with your guests. Today, I am pleased to stand here to offer these remarks, but before I close, I want to remind all that we are also in the carnival season, and you should also ensure that you take part in this most unique and original carnival in the Caribbean. Welcome to Dominica Marriott.
Thank you, Honorable Robert Tong. At this time, I'd like to call to the podium our Prime Minister, Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit, to deliver some remarks.
Thank you very much. Let me first of all recognize our presence, our dear President, His Excellency Charles Savarin and Mr. Savarin, His Excellency Eliud Williams, our former President, Honorable Robert Tong, the Minister for Tourism and Urban Renewal, my other cabinet colleagues. They make special reference to Honorable Ian Douglas because the hotel will be located in his constituency in Picard. Let me also recognize Mr. Alec Lawrence, the CEO of Silver Beach, and other executives of Silver Beach Development. Our friends from Marriott, Mr. Michael Register, and also Mr. Kuma, who will be the operator of the hotel. Senior public officers, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. This is indeed a proud and glorious moment for Dominica. When we spoke to you a few years back about taking Dominica to the next level, incorporation of major hotel brands, such as Marriott International, was part of the progress envisaged. This morning, I readily and wholeheartedly applaud and congratulate Mr. Alec Lawrence and his fellow directors for the care and attention they have given to conceptualizing and developing this magnificent-looking project. It makes me feel proud as a Dominican. It gives me a feeling of accomplishment as the leader of this country. Ladies and gentlemen, very often we ask the private sector to step forward and step up to the plate. Today, we are seeing a classic manifestation of this, and I salute all concerned with bringing this project to the point of official launch today. I want also to implore other Dominicans to let this be a source of inspiration to you, to step forward and take the leap into entrepreneurship. This is our country, and we need, as Dominicans, to take it where we want it to go. As Prime Minister and Minister of Finance, I wish to formally welcome Marriott Resorts to Dominica. I wish to assure you, sir, that my government is your government. We are here to facilitate your needs and to embrace ideas for enhancing your overall Dominica experience. On a personal note, I must confess to lagging somewhat in my Marriott Rewards membership in recent years. But I can assure you, sir, that ever so often, my family and I will be staycationing here in Dominica at this resort so as to expedite our march towards accessing affordable accommodations at other Marriott properties around the world. For me, ladies and gentlemen, it is important that we do everything in our power as a nation to have this project started and completed on time so that the Marriott brand can be used in the marketing of our country the world over. Nature's natural attributes have served us well over the years, but we believe that the incorporation of international brands such as Marriott shall aid greatly in defining and redefining our island as a must-see locale in the Caribbean and the Western world. Please, sir, extend my very best wishes to the directors and management of Marriott International and assure them of this government's firm commitment to enabling, facilitating, and thereby rewarding the confidence they have demonstrated in Dominica and in our economy. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this project could not have come at a better time for Dominica. Global events are creating an environment in which small island states like Dominica have to look within to craft and develop a formula for progress and success. Great Britain, Canada, the United States of America, and several other countries in Europe and Eastern Asia are in transitional and transformational mode. It will be a while before the focus moves beyond the bounds of grappling with and managing their own social, geopolitical, and economic challenges. Dominica, I am satisfied, is up to the challenge of rowing its own boat ashore. We will continue to form alliances and to enhance relations with friendly nations, but we shall also roll back our shirt sleeves as a nation and get on with the job of building and developing this country of ours. 2017 will be a year of acceleration for several of the mooted projects and programs we have been articulating over the years. We have had our challenges and our setbacks, but I am satisfied that the resilience and determination of our people will see us through this period of global uncertainty. The decision of Marriott Resorts to affix its luxury brand to a property in Dominica ought not to be trivialized. It speaks volumes of the high esteem in which Dominica is held by objective thinkers and observers in North America and the international community. Such decisions are based on hard and studied facts and not impressions. Decisions to invest in a country and to lend one's name to an island are taken after long and careful thought, evaluation, and consideration of all prevailing factors. We view this investment as a vote of confidence by Marriott in Dominica, and we pledge as a nation and as a government to do all in our power to justify the confidence shown. We are determined to enhance our environment and to make Dominica a safe and pleasurable place to visit and especially to traverse. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I congratulate the developers, led by Mr. Alec Lawrence, of this project, and I say to them today, let us be diligent, but also let us move expeditiously to have this project completed on time so that we can have the Marriott flag raised in our country, Dominica, to the point of blowing in the wind from a modern, luxurious property right here on the Nature Isle of Dominica. I wish you Godspeed in your endeavors. I wish you success as you move forward. I thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Prime Minister. I think I speak for my entire team when I say that we are committed to seeing this to the end and to also working diligently with the unit and with the government to develop and curate a tourism culture in Dominica that continues to lend to the development of Dominica's economy for years to come. That being said, I'd like to call to the podium our CEO, Mr. Alec Lawrence, to deliver closing remarks.
His Excellency Charles Skerrit, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, and Mrs. Skerrit, Honorable Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit, Prime Minister of Dominica, Honorable Robert Tong, Minister of Tourism and Urban Renewal, other Ministers of Government, Members of Cabinet, Your Worship Titus Francis, Mayor of Portsmouth, Permanent Secretaries, members of the Head Table, members of the Silver Beach team, invited guests, members of the media, persons listening on radio and on the internet, ladies and gentlemen. We're extremely pleased to be part of Marriott's autograph collection. The fact that such a brand has agreed to be associated with our project tells us that there is value in what we are trying to achieve, that we have something excellent here, both in Dominica and at Silver Beach. But we do not take all the credit for Marriott's presence. Marriott's interest in Dominica is also the result of the tireless work that the Discover Dominica Authority, the Invest Dominica Authority, and other stakeholders in Dominica's tourism have done to market Dominica and to highlight its uniqueness and potential. We therefore commend them and pay tribute to them for it. Our success, such as it is, as manifested here today, is therefore that of all the tourism stakeholders in Dominica. Our involvement with Marriott brand, and indeed with an operator with the experience and standing of Trust Hospitality, underscores our commitment to create and operate a resort which is of the highest international standards and of which all Dominicans can be justly proud. The autograph collection requires uniqueness in its hotel and in the experiences of its guests. We believe that Dominica is unique and offers many extraordinary experiences. Our intention in Silver Beach is to construct a resort which reflects and delivers such uniqueness without compromising quality and five-star service. One of the opportunities afforded by the current state of Dominica's hotel stock is that the developers of hotels under the Citizenship by Investment program have the ability to define the type of hotel industry for which Dominica will become known. This is both an awesome and exciting challenge and responsibility, and we at Silver Beach intend delivering a product and service which make an important contribution to that decision. Ladies and gentlemen, becoming a member of Marriott's autograph collection is an important milestone in the development of Silver Beach. But there is still a long way ahead. There is still a resort to be built. It is our stated intention to commence construction of the resort in this half of the year, and various activities are already in motion to achieve this. We have previously disclosed that we have been working with a world-class firm of architects for quite some time and have long obtained planning approval. Since our involvement with Marriott, we've also retained additional independent designers and consultants of the same caliber, and also interacted with Marriott's own in-house design experts. We have employed a very experienced and highly reputable project management consultant and have commenced our engagement with contractors locally, regionally, and internationally, as well as with local suppliers. These will intensify as we move towards commencement of construction. We also intend to continue to directly interact, both formally and informally, with leaders and members of the Portsmouth community so that they can be an integral part of the development of the hotel. At the end of this month, a series of very important meetings will be held here in Dominica involving all the major players or potential players in the construction phase. A similar meeting between our team and the Marriott team will follow in Miami. Ladies and gentlemen, because this project, like the others, will be funded by the Citizenship by Investment program, the efforts and activities mentioned above are not by themselves sufficient to achieve success. Success will directly depend on the success of the Citizenship by Investment program. We commend the government for their resolute leadership of the program and their efforts to protect its reputation and integrity. We also thank the Dominica public for their support for the program and the interest they have shown in these projects. Projects such as Silver Beach have generated genuine interest among Dominicans at home and abroad, and we are appreciative of and encouraged by it. We thank Marriott and Trust Hospitality for their confidence in us, and we also thank all of those whose efforts have brought us this far. We look forward to your continued support. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lawrence. And thank you to all of our specially invited guests for gracing us with your presence this morning. We have prepared some light refreshments at the back, which we do invite you to share in with us. At this time, I invite you to stand as we escort His Excellency Charles Savarin and Mrs. Savarin to their table. They will be followed by our Honorable Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit.